And welcome on board Ashish, Kyal, founder and CEO of Wave Strategy Advisors today. And today from our research team, we have Gaurav joining us. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for taking the time out, joining us. And good afternoon to both of you as well. But before we come to you, Ashish, I'm going to kickstart the show and talk about Ujjivan Small Finance Bank because this stock has been in focus ever since the opening bell today. They've successfully completed the sale of the non-performing assets and written off loans worth 270 crores to an asset reconstruction company. And in a regulatory filing, the bank confirmed that as of 27 November, it had completed the sale of the stressed loan portfolio, including written off loans with an outstanding value of 270.3 crore rupees as of 30th September of this year. The transaction, conducted through the Swiss challenge method, was sold to the ARC for a consideration of 40.5 crores. Remember, earlier on the 15th of this month, the bank authorized board committee had approved the proposal for the sale of these NPAs and the written off loans to the ARC, and that has now happened. So on the back of this, the stock is soaring away in today's trade. Despite the market being quite beaten up today, this stock is up 7% as we speak.
All right, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank holding on to some good gains, of 7% in a market like this. But coming to you, Ashish, BEML is a name that you have picked out for us. Now, this one has really given good moves in the last 1 month. There seems to have been a breakout because the last 6 months it has been in a corrective phase. From here on, what are the levels that you're penciling in? What is the upside to this counter?
See, if you look at BEML, I think the stock has managed to bounce back from that 3,600 mark over past week, and it has now touched 4,250 above levels also. So the overall trend looks to be positive. There were multiple support the stock has found at 3620 and is now breaking out on the upside. The volumes have picked up pretty well with the rise. That shows a healthy upside sign. And we can expect the stock to move towards the level of 4,600. On the downside, the support for the stock is going to be around 4120 level. So as long as 4120 is intact, one can play for the target of 4,600 on the upside.
Okay, so those are the levels to watch out for. Ankita, Vedanta is in focus as well.
Absolutely, Vedanta is in focus today. In fact, it was trading with gains of 1% in the morning's trade. That is on the back of, it's up now almost 1.5% now. This is on the back of the Moody's rating upgrade, upgraded the corporate family rating of Vedanta Resources following its successful liability management exercises. The rating agency has upgraded the corporate family rating of the company from B3 to B2, and additionally, Vedanta Aluminium has also partnered with PwC India to bolster biodiversity conservation and carbon reduction in Odisha. And on the back of that news flow and the upgrade coming in by Moody's, Vedanta is in focus today, trading with gains of 1.5%.
Okay, so good move coming in for Vedanta as well. And Ashish, you've picked out CAMS for us on the chart. Now, year to date, the stock is up roughly 85% already. So, do you believe there is further up move to this rally that we've seen for this stock so far, or now are you expecting some consolidation? And if so, what are the levels that we should be spotting out?
See, if you look at CAMS, the stock has managed to touch that 52-week high despite when we saw the broader market or Nifty collapse from 26,000 to below 24,000. And it has still touched that lifetime high. So this shows relative outperformance. If you do a ratio analysis, it shows CAMS has outperformed the broader markets as well, and the trend remains positive. So I am optimistic that the stock is going to resume its upward journey towards the level of 5,400 on the upside. And on the downside, use any dips that you can get around 4,800, 4,750 as an opportunity to re-enter the stock and maintain a stop loss of 4,600 for the target of 5,400.
Okay, so KEC International also very solid moves coming in amid a rather choppy market. But Ashish, you've picked out RCF for our viewers on the charts, Rashtriya Chemical and Fertilizers. Now the stock has not done anything at all. If you take a look at this on the last 3 months, 6 months, if you take a look at this year to date, it's barely a low single-digit return coming in for this stock. Tell us, what's the outlook going ahead? Time for a pickup? Is that what the charts are indicating for this one?
Yes, indeed, because the stock, you rightly pointed out, has corrected sharply from 240 levels about a year back and about a few months back itself, and corrected to 150. And from here, we saw a double bottom formation. We saw some positive divergence that indicates that there is a reversal. And the stock has now managed to cross above the 20 and 10 days moving average. That is suggesting that the trend which was on the downside is possibly reversing back on the upside. So we can expect the stock to reach towards the level of 200 also on the upside. And on the downside, the stop loss can be maintained at around 160 levels. So the risk reward looks very appealing, 1:3. So one can look forward to buy RCF for 200 as the target and 160 as the stop loss.
Hi there, welcome back to Market Fatafat. Thanks so much for staying tuned to ET Now. Let's keep it going with all the stocks in focus. And the next stock I wish to highlight today is Ashoka Bilcon. This is on the back of an order win coming in. But before that, remember that yesterday the company confirmed that the National Highways Authority of India, which is the NHAI, had cancelled the bid for the Kharagpur-Ghatal road project in West Bengal due to administrative reasons. Now, in a subsequent update, the company has announced the receipt of a notification of award for a 192.7 crore project from Madhya Pradesh Purva Kshetra Vidyut Vitran Committee Limited. Now, this project involves the procurement, installation, testing and commissioning of new 11 kilowatts lines and related infrastructure under the feeder separation program financed by the KFW. The project is to be executed within a time frame of 24 months. Yesterday, they've had an order cancellation, but last evening, post-market hours, they've updated the exchanges with a notification of the bagging of an award, and that's the reason why the stock is doing pretty well for itself amid a beaten on market. 1.7% higher is for the stock is.
Alright, that's Ashoka Bilcon trading with gains of 1.7%. But Ashish, coming to you, Interglobe Aviation. This one's also flying high today in trade. In fact, it's trading with gains of more than 2%. But last 1 month also, it has given some really good moves. Tell us, where do you see this stock flying off to?
See, if you look at Interglobe Aviation, we can clearly see the stock made a low around 3,850 levels. From there, showed a very smart recovery on the upside and is managing to sustain there. Even today, it is in the positive sign. I think the stock can fly up to the levels of around 4,800 on the upside. This is a positional take from around 3 to 4 months perspective. And on the downside, one can maintain a stop loss of around 4,100 levels.
Alright, that's Interglobe Aviation on the charts. But moving on to LIC. Sources are telling us that LIC is in discussion to acquire as much as 50% or half the stake in Manipal Cigna Health Insurance as the country's largest insurer seeks an entry into the fast-growing yet underserved market for medical expenses coverage, according to sources. Now, Manipal Cigna is a joint venture between Manipal Education and Medical Group and US-based Cigna Corporation. Now, the Bangalore-based group holds a 51% stake in the standalone health insurance company, while Cigna Corporation owns the remaining 49%. And on the back of this, LIC is in focus today, currently trading with gains of 1.7%.
Okay, so good moves coming in for LIC also today. Ashish, you picked out Chambal Fertilizers for us. This is your second pick coming in from the fertilizer space. Tell us overall if you're bullish on this space, and this seems to have done better than RCF, the one that you spoke about earlier. Is the outlook the same going ahead? Are you positive on this stock, and what are the charts indicating?
Yes, if you look at the sector, overall the chemical fertilizer space has been looking to have reversed on the upside and after a brief consolidation. So if you look at Chambal also, Chambal was moving in a broad range of 540 levels on the upside and on the downside 460 as the support. It has been a broad range for quite some time. I think nearly 6 months of range bound movement has happened and the breakout has to come. So I think this up move will break that 540 levels and will move towards around 600 also on the upside. So the overall trend for Chambal looks to be bullish for the target of 600 in anticipation of a positive breakout, and on the downside one can maintain a stop loss for the stock at around 460 levels.
For Ashish, one stock that's not been doing well on the charts for quite some time is SBI Cards, which is your next pick for us. Now, year to date, on a 1 year basis, either when you take a look at that, or 3 months also, in fact, it's been a negative return coming in. Last 6 months, the stock is given a 1% positive return. It's been quite the laggard. So, what's the view coming here for this stock going ahead, and what are the levels that you're spotting?
See, SBI Cards, if you look at SBI Cards, 680 was the level from where the stock has bounced back multiple times. And we can clearly see even today it has formed a strong bullish candle. So the overall trend for SBI Card looks to be positive for me. Over near term, it can go to the resistance level of around 750. This is a short-term bet and 750 can be the target for SBI Card. And on the downside, one can maintain a stop loss at 700 levels.